Hi, my name is Stephanie Jeffries, and I'm the author of Finding the Courage to Heal. The reason why I wrote this book is because as a young child, I experienced abandonment, molestation, and abuse. And those things impacted my life in ways that I did not understand. It impacted me as a teen and as a young adult. It wasn't until I was a young adult that I decided that it was time for me to emotionally unpack the pain of all that it had caused. I realized that it had impacted my relationships. I was in relationships that I did not deserve to be in because I was being mistreated. I was in relationships with people who took me for granted. I was in relationships with people who had broken me. And not only had people broken me, but I had broken people. Right? Hurt people hurt people. So on the inside, I was hurting. So I was in relationships where there's this even exchange of damage. And I wanted to be able to change that. I realized also that I had begun to make my happiness everyone else's responsibility. And people mishandled my happiness because I didn't know what I needed to be happy. I didn't know what it took for me to be whole. It wasn't until I discovered that I was enough, that I am enough, that I always have been enough, and I always will be enough, that things begin to shift for me. Things begin to change because I begin to see myself in a different light. I begin to have confidence that I never thought I would have because I begin to set boundaries and set me and put me first, to choose me first. My aim for this book is not to help you dig up all these painful experiences that you've had, but it is to give you the courage to heal. It is to give you the ability to emotionally unpack in a safe place. It is to give you the outlet that says what happens in this house stays in this house is dead wrong. Because if what happens in this house stays in this house is continually causing you pain and making you mishandle relationships and having you mishandle your happiness right now, then it's not wrong. Then it is absolutely wrong. My other aim for Finding the Courage to Heal is so that we can have a candid conversation about healing. So many people are hiding behind the mask that we have learned to wear to hide our hurt, to hide our pain, to have our frustration. And I just believe from the bottom of my heart, after experiencing the freedom for myself, that it is possible to live a beautiful life. And it is possible to talk about your trauma and not allow it to hold you captive. Maybe you weren't abandoned. Maybe you weren't abused. Maybe you weren't molested. And for that, I am grateful. But that does not mean that you do not have broken areas of your life that do not need to be mended. So I ask you to take this challenge with me. I ask you to step out on faith. And I ask you to purchase this book for yourself and for someone else, so that you can bless someone else, that as you heal, they can heal with you. So if you have a sister circle and you have a few friends that you know have gone through the same things, maybe you all can heal together. Thank you guys for just being supportive. Thank you guys for going on this journey with me, because it is very important. Remember that your happiness is your responsibility. Your healing is your responsibility. This is the one thing that I'll leave you with. Out of everyone that abandoned me, the abandonment that hurt the worst is when I woke up and realized that I had abandoned myself more times than anyone else had abandoned me, just to keep people around who had already walked away. Thank you guys, and have a great evening.